Hello all, here we are with another Master GMAT Sentence Correction question, and we're going to look at a few different elements here in the sentence correction. And as you know, first order of business is to read the sentence. That's the first step in our work order. For those who want to try it, basically pause the recording, then unpause it when you're ready to listen to the explanations. So, those who want to try it, pause it now. Okay, welcome back. So, how do we attack this? Well, we're looking firstly for 0 to 2 grammatical errors, and we do that by looking for stop signs, those little red flags that tell us where to stop and think about what it is we're testing. So, when we read this, we see that there are quite a few stop signs, and the first of which is the pronoun, the relative pronoun which. We also have another pronoun over here if you notice, but let's just test this one first. So we see that the current real estate market exerts a greater pull on small investors, many of which. Well, let's think about our pronoun rule, our relative pronoun rule. Which is supposed to describe non-humans. Investors, however much we might want to think are non-humans, are pretty much humans as well. So over here we have a little bit of a problem because the which is describing human beings. So we can't have that. That's already one mistake. We can get rid of A right away. Do we get rid of anything else? Well, take a look at E. We can get rid of E for the same reason exactly. So we already got rid of A and E. Nothing else has that same mistake, but just notice who, whom, and whom. So right away we know that we're dealing with humans through these relative pronouns, and that's okay. Let's go further into it. How about this one? In B, who had avoided buying rental properties when market values were high, but since the drop in market values, well, this is a bit of a change. If we look at the original, take a look at this little pronoun over here, it. What is it clearly referring to? Well, the market values. But that's problematic, right? Market values are what? Market values are plural, and it is singular. So that's another reason to eliminate A right here. In B, when we look at this, we see that they've changed that, they've fixed that pronoun. We don't have to worry about the it, and they changed the which to who. Does this seem reasonable? Well, maybe. However, we have to question the pronoun who. Why do we have to question that? We have to question it because we have another alternative, which is whom. Now, when do we use who and when do we use whom? Well, if we click on this, we think it's B. Take a look. We have our time awareness tool. Makes us super aware of how long it's taking us per question. In our little explanations, we see right away that whom is used in two cases. When a preposition appears between the noun and the relative clause that modifies it, and when the noun that the relative clause modifies is not the subject but rather the object or receiver of the action. And in this case, as we see, the who had avoided is preceded by the preposition. Therefore, it shouldn't be who, it should be whom. So that's another stop sign we have right over here, as you can see right here. Once you get the stop signs in your head, it's really easy to spot these little mistakes. So let's try that again. We get rid of B as well. Now we're left with the two whoms. Now, when we look at these two, we see that neither really has a grammar error, but what's the real difference between them? Take a look. Before the high market values dropped, and but since they dropped. Well, suddenly we have a different pronoun over here. Pay attention to this. We have no more grammar errors. No longer are there any grammar errors in these two answer choices. So what do we do next? We look for stylistic issues, and one of the stylistic issues is ambiguity with pronouns. If a pronoun is not clearly defining what it's supposed to replace, then we have an ambiguity problem. So they can easily go back to rental properties or market values. It's not quite clear. Therefore, this is ambiguous, and therefore it is wrong. Therefore, we're left with basically C as the clearest answer, where all the pronouns are fixed, and that's it. Okay, so that's how we attack sentence correction in a fairly efficient manner, by using our stop sign, eliminating the answer choices that have the same mistakes, and then leaving the stylistic issues until the end. Until next time, see you.